We're doing so glad to be here. I look forward to getting to know you guys. But yes, sir.
Tell us a little about what you've seen so far.
Well, you know, I said in the spring that I really like our guys. They have been very open. They've been very willing to learn a new system. They've been very enthusiastic about change, about accepting that, and I mean that starts with our leaders. And you look on defense, the guys that have been through the mill and really been thrown in the fire. I mean, with David Mayo and Michael Rakpo, Odiari and David Maker. Craig Maker. Those guys have probably been the best at that, and so we're, you know, obviously we're not where we got to be, you know, but we're making some progress. We didn't quite do that last night. The offense got the best of us, and you know, one thing that we say all along with our defense is we try to live in the now. Well, last night is not now, but last night was not pretty. But maybe today will be a lot better. Well, he's a playmaker. He gets in the backfield. He can rush the passer. He's got great emotion. He's got quickness. He's got strength. He can do a lot of different things for us. So I see him as being a playmaker that has kind of been under the radar, and we're going to need people like that step up. We got a lot of guys that are kind of maybe fence riders right now in terms of you know, are they going to be productive guys, or are they just going to kind of float along a little bit and, you know, have to wait? But I don't think Odiari is one of those. He's going to be one of those that's going to jump in and make plays for us and really help.
Coach, last year when you were at Arkansas State, you obviously had a plan to attack the Texas State offense and all of this successfully. When you came in here to the coaches who were here, did you tell the other coaches, this is what we saw from you guys, and this is what's going to change? Not a lot. No, not a lot of that. They, you know, they knew what we did, you know, but you know, we didn't spend a lot of time. There hadn't been a lot of conversation actually about last year and about last year's game. You know, we very little. I mean, you know, you move on. You pack your bags and you move on, and so that's what we've done. We laugh a little bit about it. I started to Coach Fran the other day, pregame with Coach Fran. We saw each other and we were just kind of having a casual conversation, and I said, man, you guys got a lot of tough ball plays. And he grinned at me and said, well, yeah, and we just had an open date and put in a lot more. So it was, and we see a lot of things from our offense, which is going to help us down the road. It's a unique offense, and there's option involved with power and a lot of things that give us a lot of formations and a lot of checks. So that part's really been helpful to us. It was a pain in the neck last year trying to get ready for it. It is a totally different offense, but it's going to help us down the road though too. Defensively, obviously you want to surprise teams with your different fronts, your different attacks. How do you think the kids have adapted to that?
Couldn't be more pleased with that, and with the NCAA rules allowing us to meet with them in the summer really helped our situation. It helped me tremendously, and to go ahead and have another installation, an extra installation that we went through in the spring, and that was kind of a, you know, getting to know each other a little bit, and then and who could do what, and how this, you know, the change was going to affect, and what terminology and what language that we did kind of merge, and what players could do. Well, then to be able to go ahead and implement that again in our meetings this summer really accelerated us, and we've got a lot of defense in the 5 practices that we've had, and we're almost finished. You know, we're so now, you know, and our guys didn't hit the wall. Even our freshmen, some of our freshmen kind of ran their head into it a little bit, but not much. Just the guys that were brand new. But our older guys have been very, very adaptive to what we've done, and there's no question that we're going to really accelerate this week in terms of being better football players. better coaches and better players. So, and I guess I can get back to your question, the multiplicity of, you got to make it tough on the offense. If you line up in one thing or 2 or 3 coverages or 2 or 3 fronts, they're going to gash you, they're going to scheme you. They're working. Coaches work too hard. So we want to do as much as we can about taking the game out of the coach's hands, and we're going to attack the other team. We're going to attack the other quarterback, and Tyler makes that hard for us. But we want to delay that thinking process for him a little bit, and make him have to transition a little bit from A to B. Did I think I see that, or did I know I saw that? And then give him some kind of illusion. And our offense is. They've seen it all. We've thrown a lot of stuff at them, and now we'll go back and pick it, back up. But it's we're going to do that hopefully every week, and then you knock them out.
Talk about being more of an attacking style. You control it.
That's our. For as long as I've been coaching, when I first started, I learned from some people that. And even it goes back to, my dad was a high school coach and high school basketball coach, and I can remember him telling me, later how many guys that he may have inhibited in terms of just holding them back. Hey, these guys are good players. They're fast, they're strong, they're big. Let's cut them loose. Let's cut them loose and let them play. Let them have some personality. If they do something well, let them do that. We, practice, and I've told our players this, and to be honest, you never know what they understand and what they don't. But, practice is a time you work on your weaknesses, and games are a time that you exhibit your strengths, and so we spend more time working on our weaknesses and more time, trying to find out what they can do well and where that limitation is. So, but we're going to come out, we're going to find a way to come after you, whatever that may be, whether that may be, loading up the line of scrimmage with more people. To me, that's a form of an attack, and make them throw the football, or we're gonna get in a 3-man front and think that make it look one way and then come after you that way. So it's we want to be the proactive side. We want to be the side that we're going to call plays based on our team and how we want to go after them. We don't want to be. I'm not going to sit over there and react. I'm going to get a defense in a lot of times before I know the personnel, instead of watching and seeing and waiting and having them, okay, they're in this personnel set, they're going to play this defense. Now we're going to call the defense, and then you adjust to us. I mean, that sounds good, and sometimes, it's just back and forth like that, but that's the way I think you get the most out of your guys, and that's our job.
Are you concerned about with an up-tempo offense, you guys may be on the field?
Well, that can happen. That's part of the game now. When it first started, it was, okay, we're out here, we're 3 and out. You know what? You deal with that. You deal with that. Our job is to get off the field. We can get off the field by stopping them. We have success on 3rd downs, or we get turnovers. Well, we control that. We don't really control how long our offense is on the field. And if they're on the field for 2 plays and score, that's good. If they're on the field for 3 plays and punt, then we got to go back out there and stop them. So that's all just that's a part of it, and that's a mindset. And again, I've never really worried about that. You can't control that. Control the things that you can control, and be concerned about that. And that there's a lot of things that you can decide to worry about, and that's foolish. I'm gonna worry about the things that you got a little bit of control about.
Coach, defense is really predicated on the fact that what you get done on first down. The guy with the team on first down, that creates situations that you don't let the team do.
No doubt.
Is there a way that you have a special package for first down plays to make things happen, or how does that work?
Well, I think mixing in the 3-4, we play a lot of 3-4, and we're going to play a lot of 4-man front also. But you got to, when you mentioned a guy like Odiari a while ago, you got to get in the backfield. You got to give some 2nd and 12s. If you get some 2nd and 12s, or you get even some 2nd and 9s or 2nd and 8s, can be really, really good. So you've got to get them behind the chains on on third downs, you have to, you've got to be good on first and second downs. And that, obviously, that for the most part starts with stopping the run. I have been very pleased with our whole body of work over the last few days with our inside runs. I think David and Mike have played really well at linebacker. We get some guys, you know, we're mixing some guys in and out in front of them, and we're asking them to play a little different. We're going to be a physical defense up front, but you play well on first downs, and then you can open a whole can of stuff on third downs if you get a chance to do that. But if you're going, if it's 2nd and 4, you know, that's a hard call. 3rd and 3 is a hard call, you know. But if we can get them to third down, 3rd and 8 or 9 or 10, then we can open some things up.
With the installation phase this week, what's the next step in the process of getting defense where you want to be?
You know, the main key right now, after tomorrow morning scrimmage, then we've got to really evaluate who's going to be our guys, who's our frontline guys, who's going to be the next guys, and then who can we hope to, you know, just bring them on, whether that's a young guy or whether that's somebody that we're still, you know, hoping that he'll come on. But we got to make some decisions to get the reps, to get the guys. Everybody's been getting reps, and after tomorrow, then we got to. It's time to fish or cut bait, you know. So we've been kind of waiting and seeing, and okay, well, let's try this and let's try this. And now it would be to answer that in a nutshell would be personnel. Get our personnel lined out, get them in the right spot, get them on the right spot on the bus, and just coach the dog out of them then. And that's one advantage that goes back to what you said about our installation. We've got that in. Let's find a good spot for them. Our package, you know, is not about the system. It's more about the people that goes in the system. So we get the right guys going.
Get them to the point to where it's just reaction
And playing fast, yeah. But play fast. Well, that's how you do that. You get confident, and you understand what your role is, and you understand why you're doing something, and then you go. You can, you know, it's amazing. You can show a guy on tape, and you can see when he's confused. You can see when he's not sure, and he slows down. Well, that goes back to the same thing you talked about earlier about what we're trying to do to quarterbacks. We want that mental process to slow down for him. He slows down on his read. He slows down on that reaction. We got a chance. Well, if we're faster, you know, and knowing what we've got to do, then that's a good combination. They get slow, we get fast. I like that combination.
What about the attitude of the defense?
I'm sorry?
The attitude of the defense?
Well, you'd have to ask them about that. I think I am very, very happy with being around our guys. I love their attitude. I love them as guys. After last night's practice, you may get a different feeling from them, but they got to understand that it's not about who they are, it's what they do. Get frustrated at what they do sometimes. That's why we practice. That's what we're trying to teach. But we're going to get through it. But to just purely answer your question, we got great guys. They're hungry. They like each other. We got good chemistry. We don't have a lot of, or really any, guys that are just like, you know, you see them and you just go, man, just get to Saturday. We'll deal with you. You're high maintenance, but get you to Saturday. You know, they're great guys that I like being around them. I can't say that they'd say that about me, but I like hanging out with them.